Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 111.3. I'm John Cooney here to preview new independent comics being released March 12th, 2014, beginning alphabetically with Boom Studios and City in the Desert Volume 2, the Serpent Crown hardcover. Why we love it? In this sequel to the critically acclaimed first volume, City in the Desert, The Monster Problem, we get more of writer-illustrator Mauro Rogers' wit, heart, and daring. Also, Harry and Eero are our very favorite sardonic heroes, and we get to watch them kick more monster butt. Why you'll love it? Rogers' sense of visual storytelling and her blend of mysticism and humor bring to life an adventure perfect for fans of Bone, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Remind, and Plume. What it's about? Eero and Harry leave the walls of Kavala to seek new lives elsewhere. However, when they discover that the evils of the sacred peace have spread far beyond Kavala's borders, our heroes decide to return and save the city they love. Before they can do that, though, they must journey across the wasteland to the prison of the Monster King and release him in exchange for his help. Next, we've got regular show Skips number 5 of 6. Skips might finally have a solution to save the world from Mordecai and Rigby. He has to keep them from ever going into the park. With the help of Ted the Time Cop and an out-of-loop Benson, maybe Skips will finally be able to escape his never-ending vacation. We've also got returning number 1 of 4. Why we love it? Boom can't get enough of innovative mashups in some of our favorite genres, fantasy, horror, and mystery. Plus, we're fascinated with the science of NDEs. Why you'll love it? Award-winning novelist Jason Starr and artist Andrea Muti deliver a gripping but deeply human drama set in an uncertain world. What it's about? It's 2022 and some people who have had near-death experiences have come back changed. They exhibit extreme behavioral changes, becoming increasingly paranoid and violent, and no one knows why. People who have had NDEs fall immediately under suspicion, and in some cases are murdered by justice-seeking vigilantes. It's in this world where Beth, a quiet high school student with a bright future, will learn just how quickly friends and family will turn on her when she has a bad luck of surviving the worst night of her life. Next, we've got Revelations number 3 of 6. Detective Charlie Northern's investigation into the Vatican murder has led him on the path of secrets long buried. While the testimonies are stacking up, nothing is making sense. Northern has found himself in the middle of a real-life conspiracy theory, and for the first time in years, he'll have to put himself in the mindset of a man of faith to solve the case. We've also got Robocop Last Stand number 8 of 8, the conclusion to Frank Miller's epic vision for Robocop's last chapter. The war has ended and old Detroit is no more. As the city bands together behind Robocop, he'll be called upon to lead the city into a new era. And we've got Sons of Anarchy number 7. The town of Charming is more dangerous than ever in the wake of Damon Pope's death. And when 2 prospects are killed in what was supposed to be a regular ride of guns, Jax must find a way to bring order in a more chaotic world that's more dangerous than ever. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got Abe Sapien number 11. As a zombie swarm threatens a small Arizona town, a mad necromancer rises over the monster-infested ruins of Seattle. Next, we've got Beasts of Burden, Hunters, and Gatherers one-shot. This standalone adventure is a perfect entry point for readers new to this award-winning series. The town of Burden Hill is defended from monsters and Madman by a brave crew of dogs and cats, and one werewolf hybrid. This book packs serious scares and occasional gross-outs, and sometimes drives readers to tears. We've also got Ghost number 2. An unlikely ally sneaks Ghost into a secret meeting where a legion of disguised demons gather around Dr. October until her cover is blown. Meanwhile, the very human serial killer prowling the streets of Chicago takes a personal interest in Sloane and Tommy. Next, we've got Nosferatu Wars one-shot. If the undead have glory days, then the Black Plague was the era they never could have imagined. No longer hunted, no longer suspected, the vampires ran, exempt from fear. They were free to play until the night the vampires turned against each other. Collects all 4 Dark Horse Presents installments. We've also got Star Wars number 15. Welcome to Arachar. Enjoy your clean mountain air. Gaze at our majestic vistas. Build a secure base for your rebel fleet. All we ask is that Princess Leia marry our prince. You can take the girl out of the rebellion, but can you take the rebel out of the girl? Next, we've got The Star Wars number 6 of 8. A dogfight with Imperial fighter craft, a dangerous detour through an asteroid field, a forced evacuation in life pods land Luke Skywalker and company on Yavin, the planet of the Wookiees. But Princess Leia gets separated from the group, and when slavers capture her, Anakin Starkiller goes all Jedi on them. And we've got X number 11. X's hands were already full with Carmine Tango, then Gamble reappeared. X thought he killed this suave assassin years ago, but the luck-obsessed murderer is still a player, taking his chances on revenge. Welcome to Arcadia, where the odds are bad and the bads are odd. From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Garth Ennis' Red Team number 7. All hell breaks loose as Red Team is targeted by an unexpected enemy, and Trudy and Eddie are forced to fight for their lives. When the dust settles, the survivors may face justice for their crimes from an unexpected quarter. Our heroes learn the true cost of their bloody mission. Next, we've got Grimm the Warlock number 404. Final issue. Everything has gone wrong for Nick as a cop and as a Grimm when it comes to the Warlock. Can Nick bring the Warlock to justice? What if he can't? Will his Grimm side take over and put the Warlock in the grave? Can you kill a man who can't die? Read the comic based on the hit NBC show written by Bram Stoker award-winning Jay Neitz and art by Joe Malaga and cover by Greg Smallwood. We've also got Magnus Robot Fighter number 1. The Gold Key universe is expanding. Superstar Fred Van Lint of Marvel Zombies, Amazing Spider-Man, and Archer and Armstrong, and the astounding Corey Smith of Fathom present a stunning reimagining of Magnus Robot Fighter you never saw coming. In the blink of an eye, young martial artist Magnus has everything taken from him. His father, his wife, his entire life. He's suddenly thrust into a futuristic world he doesn't understand, populated by humans and robots living together in oppression. Can Magnus fight to get his life back? And once he learns the truth about himself, will he want to? And we've got the $6 Million Man Season 6 number 1. For the $6 Million Man's 40th anniversary comes the direct continuation of the classic television series with Season 6. Better, stronger, faster. The original $6 Million Man, Steve Austin, was a man barely alive until the OSI turned him into the world's first bionic man. Now he and Oscar Goldman are the most effective team in national security. But a rogue faction in the OSI is making a power play for that position with a new type of infiltration agent, one that is completely obedient and robotic. Can a soulless machine that wears Steve Austin's very face make the $6 Million Man obsolete? For the first time ever, fan-favorite toy line character Maskatron makes his $6 Million Man debut and becomes a part of the classic television series mythology with a violent and terrifying purpose. And as Steve's world is threatened from within, his very actions unknowingly release an alien menace upon an unsuspecting world. Classic action, powerful science fiction, and a cast of characters from one of television's most original series combined to make the $6 Million Man Season 6 a must-have for comic fans. From IDW Publishing, we've got City, the Mind, and the Machine number 2 of 4. Ben discovers amazing new abilities granted to him via Golden Shield, but his immersion into the system leads to a horrifying realization. Next, we've got The Crow Pestilence number 1 of 4. Juarez, Mexico, a young boxer, Salvador, refuses to take a fall, but he has no problem taking a vicious drug gang's payoff. When they take their lethal revenge on Salvador and his family, he returns as The Crow in search of vengeance. We've also got Deadworld Restoration number 4 of 5. Bowker finds out about Project Lazarus as Moloch sets a new plan into motion. Donna must choose between her undead and human side in the midst of the zombie attack on New Washington. Dan is torn between his love for the women who control the zombies. Dead Killer leads the remaining lepers in a last-ditch effort to stop the Kraken before they breed even more. Next, we've got G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, 1982, number 1, 100-penny press edition. In this explosive first issue, Cobra Commander manages to abduct Dr. Abel Burkhart, a controversial scientist privy to secrets that could spell doom for America. It's up to G.I. Joe to infiltrate Cobra's island base and rescue Dr. Burkhart before it's too late. Will they make it in time, or will Cobra succeed? Find out in the issue that started it all for only $1. We've also got Indestructible number 4 of 4. For Greg Pincus, being a superhero has its advantages: growing fame, the promise of fortune, and carnal attention from the opposite sex. Of course, if Greg had actual superpowers, he might be able to save the city, but he doesn't, which makes it nearly impossible for Greg to save even himself. Next, we've got Judge Dredd number 17, Cold, Cold Ground. The morgue full of 13 dead judges were only the beginning. We've also got Monster and Madman number 1 of 3. Contrary to popular belief, the story of Frankenstein Monster did not end at the end of Mary Shelley's famous novel. Now Steve Niles and Damian Worm have uncovered the shocking fact for the time the monster met Jack the Ripper. Read if you dare. Next, we've got My Little Pony Friends Forever number 3. featuring the unlikely duo of Princess Celestia and Spike. In need of the birthday present for Twilight, Spike enlists Celestia on an adventure. What seems to be a harmless journey quickly turns into danger for even the mightiest of ponies. Who will save whom? We've also got Powerpuff Girls number 7. Watch out, Townsville. There ain't no party like a Monster Island party, and these species are holding their festivities in your fair city. Will the Powerpuff Girls be able to stop them before they completely trash the place? Part 1 of a special 2-issue story by Derek Charm. Next we have Star Trek number 31, part 1 of an epic all-new 2-part adventure set within the continuity of the blockbuster Star Trek films. Captain Kirk and the crew have never faced a threat like the one they face now, their own ship. Don't miss the first chapter of I, Enterprise, overseen by Star Trek writer-producer Roberto Orci. We've also got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 32. The Turtles thought they'd be safe in Northampton. They were wrong. Surrounded on all sides, the Turtles will have to reunite as a fearsome fighting force. Will their newest ally be their salvation or doom? Next we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Color Classics Volume 2 number 5, a Mirage black and white classic presented in all new full color. In Return to New York Book 1, Raphael has had enough of hiding out in Northampton. After a tough scuffle with his brothers, he soon finds himself back in New York City and in deep trouble with the Foot Clan. Alone and outnumbered, will Raph be able to survive his first night back in town without his brothers? Find out in this classic TMNT tale. We've also got Transformers 1984 number 100 penny press edition. See how the epic began for only $1. Celebrate 100 issues of Transformers Regeneration 1 with the story that started it all. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons, and their war spills onto Earth. Next we've got Transformers More Than Meets the Eye number 27, Dark Cybertron part 10 of 12. Together at last, the crew of the Lost Light and the survivors of Cybertron get a brief moment of calm as they take stock of who survived Dark Cybertron thus far. But things get worse. Their final battle with the dead universe reveals a nightmarish link to the greatest threat the universe has ever faced. We've also got X-Files Conspiracy The Crow number 1. Bernard is a decorated policeman in love with his partner, but their romance is brutally cut short when both die following a high-speed pursuit and a fiery car crash involving the lone gunman. Bernard inexplicably awakes to find himself resurrected by an otherworldly crow and with only one thing on his mind, vengeance. And we've got X-Files Season 10 number 10, More Musings of a Cigarette-Smoking Man. The ubiquitous foe of Agents Mulder and Scully is returned from the dead, raising many questions and burying many answers. Find out more about his resurrection along with his past in this special standalone story which sets the stage for the next big story arc. From Image Comics we've got East of West number 10, Old Magic. Death finally tracks down someone who knows where his son has been hidden, right as the Ranger finds the exact same man. Someone shoots, someone gets shot, and someone dies. Next we have Egos number 3. The first storyline concludes. The all-new Egos unite to take down Mass, who's about to devour 4 inhabited planets. At stake, 8 billion lives, the team itself, and oh yeah, their leader's marriage. Whether you're a true believer or a godless communist, you must read The Tadpole and the Sword. We've also got Invincible number 109. What the what? After 109 issues, things take a sharp turn. Next we have Manifest Destiny number 5. Trapped in the wilderness, supplies and ammo dwindling, Lewis and Clark's expedition appears doomed to failure, and that's before their infected men begin to turn. We've also got Mercenary Sea number 2. Red sails at sunset when the Venture is damaged in a trap laid by the Chinese admiral after Captain Jack Harper's head. He's forced to take the job offered by the mysterious American agent Mr. Taylor to rescue a British spy trapped behind enemy lines. Next we've got Minimum Wage number 3. Rob and May reach an unforeseen milestone in their relationship, but that's nothing compared to his chance encounter with the eccentric co-star of one of his favorite childhood TV shows. Uncomfortable hugs, inappropriate cabbies, obese Klingons, and really creepy puppets flesh out the 3rd issue of Bob Fingerman's So Real It Hurts series. We've also got Spawn number 241, What Happened with Jim and Cogliostro at the Foundation construction site. Blood and his men seek to find answers, but an unexpected guest may alter their plans. Next, we have Stray Bullets number 41. The long-awaited conclusion to Hijinks and Daring Do arrives with the 32 pages of cover-to-cover action and suspense. Virginia Applejack's return home is turned into a disaster of blackmail, tragedy, brutality, motherly love, dismemberment, kidnapping, and now murder. Watch it all come to a head as Virginia faces the unhinged Mike Hussey with Leon's life on the line. Will a missing finger, a pile of cocaine, and a basket of laundry be enough to stop 8 rounds of white-hot lead? School's out forever. We've also got Stray Bullets Killers number 1. One of the most acclaimed crime series ever returns when Gary Goldsmith and his young son Asa are involved in a deadly hit-and-run. Their night goes from bad to worse when their grisly deed is witnessed by a disturbing stranger. Find out what $30, a dirty diaper, and a girl named Yummy will reveal about the true meaning of life in a little story we like to call The Love Ride, featuring the return of Spanish Scott. This new arc of stories about life and love and all the things we do to kill them starts out in the best noir tradition, then turns the genre on its ear. Would you expect any less? If you've never read Stray Bullets before, jump in here. Hell, jump in anywhere. Every issue always presents a complete story that fits into a larger whole. Next, we have Walking Dead number 123, All Out War Part 9. Whose side is Dwight really on? And we've got Witchblade number 173, Born Again. Even without the Witchblade secured to her wrist, Sarah Pazzini cannot escape the corrupting influence of the gauntlet. From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Bloodshot and Hardcore number 20, Mission Improbable Part 2. Project Rising Spirit has sent Bloodshot and Hardcore, their all-or-nothing paramilitary team, after a rogue asset, an assassin-turned-leader of a global fundamentalist terror sect, and his immortal bodyguard, and their names just happen to be Archer and Armstrong. Do Bloodshot and the steely killers of the Hardcore stand a chance against a teenager and a big sweaty drunk? The answer may surprise you. And we've got Unity number 5, all new arc, start reading here. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. First came Unity, now meet WebNet. Coming off the earth-shattering repercussions of their first mission, Ninjak is leading the newly formed Unity team right back into the trenches to face the Valiant Universe's next colossal threat, the enigmatic Dr. Silk and his high-tech terror cell, WebNet. With the fate of untold millions on the line, can his team of cutthroat heroes uncover Silk's endgame and his connection to Ninjak's shadowy past? Move over, Harada. Matt Kint and Valiant's next superstar artist, Kafu, are about to bring the world's next A-level enemy down on Unity with the force of 100 hydrogen bombs. Out in trades this week, we've got Unity Volume 1 To Kill a King trade paperback. To kill a king, they created an army. The world's most dangerous man, Toyo Harada, has been struck by the one thing he never thought possible, fear. Halfway across the globe, a new power threatens to topple modern civilization, and to preempt the cataclysm that is to come, Harada will unite the most unforgiving team the world has ever known, Unity. Their mission, defeat the threat responsible for the destruction of MI6, the decimation of an alien world, and the occupation of Eastern Europe. Unseat the warrior king armed with the universe's most powerful weapon, kill Exo Manowar. Collecting Unity number 1 through 4 by New York Times bestselling writer Matt Kint and superstar artist Doug Braithwaite, discover the greatest heroes of the Valiant Universe right here in the landmark first arc of the chart-topping series that Ain't It Cool News calls completely satisfying. Okay, so that's a look at some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.